I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki, Apoki. The insecurity in Nigeria and our criminal justice system and our security agencies have become a source of great concern. Number one, women in one of the northern states, the Taraba state, went to demonstrate, protest. They were carrying leaves. They were not armed women. And it is alleged that security agencies shot at them, and several of them were yamutunized. Very dark man went on a fact-finding visit and found out that it was true. What is the difference between that action and the action of the colonial masters who fired at women protesting in Egbaland and fired at women protesting in Aba in 1929? Those were colonial people, not to talk about our own security agencies that seem to have failed to provide security for these women. Students were protesting in Ekboma over frequent abductions. I'm using the word abductions of people in Ekboma. Remember, a doctor was patronized and poofed. Young medical doctor in that same axis, I think is in Auchi. And one of the security agencies shot at close range, and a young man was yamutunized. Young men protesting against insecurity. Even if they were rioters, it was because of poor management of the protests. If they had been accompanied by security agents and moderated, anything destructive would most probably not have happened. And people who have lost money and lost people, sometimes when tyranny becomes pervading and when negligence becomes pervading, disobedience and revolt is inevitable. Because even the Bible that says, honor your father and your mother that it may be well with you, also said, parents, don't provoke your children to wrath. Nigerians are, I just saw in the TV now, people migrating, carrying their loads from one part of Sokoto State to another. In their own country, they are being internally displaced, and we are not at war with any person. Number two, or number three, a young man defended his community against invaders. He was arrested and he has been sentenced to buftonization by hanging. We remember Sunday Jackson, who defended himself against a herdsman that invaded his farm and wanted to yamutunize him. And he poofed the herdsman In the process, in the heat of passion, according to the legal terminology, he was was imprisoned for 10 years, subsequently sentenced to Nyamutunization before the American government intervened. So there's no right to self-defense in this country. There's no right to protest in this country for a threat to your existence and business and everything. The next thing that is very annoying is the Katsina state government that has decided to free 72 terrorists who have been jailed, some are waiting trial, because they went into a peace accord with them in several local governments. I agree that security is on the concurrent legislative lists. That is, the federal government can be in charge of security, the state government can be in charge of security, the local government can be in charge of security, even communities can be in charge of security. But signing an accord with enemies of the state is not a responsibility of local government chairpersons or state governors. That is an exclusive responsibility of the federal government. You are signing a treaty with invaders of our land. Why didn't you charge them to customary court? You charge them to a federal high court because it's a federal offense. Number two, you put them in federal prisons. A state cannot run their own prison. No. So there's something happening in the northern part of this country. And a lot of people are just taking laws into their hands and just misbehaving. And so Katsina state government wants to free 72 treasonable offenders, treasonous offenders against the nation state of Nigeria. Are you saying you are so helpless to tackle the insecurity such that you are now signing peace accord? These idiots, these criminals are coming to meetings wearing uniforms of slain Nigerian officers. You say they are repentant. How do you define repentance? How? Do you have a repentometer? And at the same time, soldiers in Borno State, according to Sahara reporters, were complaining about these so-called repentant criminals, that they are the ones who leak information, give strategic information about the movement of troops and where their ammo are stored, where food supplies are stored. And it has led to the loss of several Nigerian soldiers. Remember General Uba Musa, who was somewhere, he relayed his position to our soldiers. And I suspect, that one of the persons who had that information relayed it to the criminals and they Yamutunized our general. Painful. So you want to release 72 terrorists into the system. People who have Yamutunized our soldiers, Yamutunized our people, your own people in the north, you want to release them. You want to continue with these stupid policies started by Buhari because you have repentometer that will know who has repented. It's very, very tragic. Now, we're going to watch what will happen. Imagine the former Attorney General of the Federation, a cache of arms was found in his house. From the video I saw, several guns. They looked like AK-47, but they are not. Now, I'm going to see what will happen to him, because if he had that kind of ammo in his house, what is he using it for? Is he preparing for the next elections with ammo? Or, in quotes, is one of the terrorist sympathizers and sponsors, in quotes, allegedly? It's a question. And if all the money that have been traced to him and this ammo, if you put it side by side with Nnamdi Kanu, if there is a possibility that he was involved one way or the other with the insecurity in the north, what kind of sentence are you going to give to him? After all, no ammunitions were found with Nnamdi Kanu. When you come to the south, when you arrest people, you would deal with them very severely. But up there, Katsina state government wants to free 72 criminals, terrorists. Now, the most painful aspect that I nearly forgot is that after the protests, students were arrested, including those who did not join the protest, including those who were sleeping. And there is the story of somebody who came from overseas, whose flight is tomorrow. They were gathered in a Black Maria and transported to Benin and charged to court. I don't know if they've been transferred to Ubiaja prison. The people you could not protect, you went and arrested, and you are charging them to court. What kind of criminal justice system is this? What kind of security arrangement is this? A young man that wrote something in the north has been tracked, arrested, and detained. Meanwhile, you can't arrest the terrorists and detain them. You know you are trying, but the way you handle citizens who want change in this country is very appalling. Very, very appalling. And I wonder where we will go from here. What kind of security system we're operating? Criminal justice system are we operating? Social justice system? What kind of social justice system are we operating? Is it better? Let me not say what I want to say. We cannot continue like this. Mr. President, where are you? You need to be around now to decide on some of these issues. And let's stop abusing the power of the police, the military, and the law courts. We are abusing them. It's not fair. It's not fair. Dr. Charles Apoki is still my name. We have properties for sale. You need counseling, paid for. You know, it may cost the problem. My time is very precious. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. I keep saying Nigeria kò ní bàjẹ́. A redeemer will come. this nation will not destroy in our lifetime. God bless you. Before I go, people like Malami, Pantami, and a host of all those northern elites, Gumi, you're advocating for Sharia. Sharia. So you can cut off somebody's hand for stealing goats. What will happen to the man who stole billions? What will happen to the man caught with ammunition? What should happen to a man who demanded ransom from patronizing your fellow citizens? You can use on our brains to think, so to the worry now. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. You make stupid comment, I go whip your